As when we started this, we were number 4 out of the top 4, and now we're kind of comfortably number 2. I'd like to think digital had a part to play in that. So we have to kind of put the individual and the client right at the center of the design of the technology from the ground up, but also in the way that we think about our services. We also wanted to know who our top clients were, because in terms of engagement, what we've seen in the last couple of years of implementing this learning is that the guys that might be our top client in a couple of years' time are the ones who are engaging with our content the most now. So we had to build out a profile and build out an analytics program around that. So to talk through some of the things that we've done within our digital transformation and talk through some of the ways that we've evolved, you can just see how bad things were in 2001 and how bad these old platforms were. And I guess, as I said, a part of my job is selling the value of digital, and through probably those first 10 years, the firm just saw it as a brochure, basically. They didn't want to spend the money on it. I mean, the technology was managed by a global team. They didn't want to invest the time in understanding it. So a part of the transformation process was actually selling the value into them and actually getting them involved, like getting the senior execs of tax or audit seriously involved. I'll talk through the how, but the result of doing that is now I have regular calls with all of the exec around how good this new website is. The advantage of the transformation was it took us 11 years to get to here, but it took us almost just over a year to redo it and do it again. We wanted to bring ideas of content together rather than I'm working tax and actually I'm an indirect tax partner, so it's GST, or I work in consulting and I do human capital, and so then I do change management. All of that comes under digital transformation or digital change. So we can bring these topics together of content so that when somebody from a bank comes and looks for digital change, they'll see all of the services that we offer, not just that one piece around tax or that one piece around change. So those 20,000 pages, we just deleted them. We ranked them by using analytics, said here's the top 10%, top 15% of information that people want, excluding partner profiles, and we just deleted them. We migrated the top 10%, we got people to rework it, we got copywriters to come in and rejig the content so that it fit a better tone of voice and wasn't so old and dusty. This is how we did it. So how did we work out the topics? How did we work out the content? Top 10%. It actually showed itself pretty clearly when we ran the analytics. Along the bottom you can see when the page was last modified, and up the side you can see page views. And we actually did a similar cut of this with engagement instead. So we did sort of various iterations of bounce rate versus time on page versus, and it kind of scaled out in a very similar way. Pretty much anything that fits below this line, we just said that no one's engaging with it. It's not interesting enough. It's not a topic that people care enough about. Let's remove it and let's focus on this top piece of content up here.